Hey Marco. Nice. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna eyeball the angle of the A pillar. First in from the front, basically. Okay, maybe a little bit too big. This is gonna be just perfect. Okay, it's exactly this. Okay, it's exactly this. I think this should be, I mean, we can tweak it a little bit, but it's about this. Okay, now the angle from the side view. Now the angle from the side view. So this is front. This is front. Okay. It's gonna be slightly steeper. Obviously, we're using very unsophisticated techniques. That's how we roll. Yeah, that's gonna be fine. Okay. Yeah, that's gonna be fine for an approximation. It's never gonna be perfect anyway. Hey, Christian. Okay, I think we have the angles about right, I guess. So the angle of this, so the side view of the A pillar looks to be pretty much on point. We just need to remember, I mean, where this goes. So basically, uh, the pillar, either we manage somehow to make it angle right up from here, or we go a little bit down and have the point where it angles here. Hey David, servus, servus. Okay, and for the side view, I think I think that's gonna be ish. It's not perfect, but from the side view, it kind of curves in, curves in a little bit. I don't know how to replicate this exactly. It's impossible, of course, but maybe we could angle it a little bit, but a little bit more, because the edge of the roof will be maybe a little too angled. Not sure. Not sure. I don't want to. I think this is fine. This is fine. These two angles are gonna be fine. So it's gonna be, something. A pillar needs to be something like this. So that's the angle, the overall angle that's it's gonna point out. Now let's see how we can accomplish this. I'm gonna somehow, yeah, let's make them stand on the ground like that. Yeah. Okay. So we need I mean, I just want them to be like that for no apparent reason. Mm. Well, after this lockdown is over, I think we should make a Balkan Lego get together and go to Zagreb for some nice cevapcici or something. Hey VW Beetle fan, how are you today? Okay. So that's the angle of our A pillar, but we need to replicate this on the car now. Right. So first, what we're gonna do, I need to point the camera down to the car. Okay. Okay. Then I'm gonna make a stand for a car again. We need more. We need more pins. Always need more pins. There. Just so it's not nice and even, but yeah, it's better than before. Okay, so I was thinking about how to approach this A-pillar. Obviously, we determined that the where's the door? The door needs to be this is the center. So I need to make this smaller and take a look at it again. Always forget the dimensions of this. Okay. So the door jamb is 4 studs from the edge of the fender. So we have 1, 2, 3. We need 3 another stud here, which I think we had before. No. Silly me. Of course. We had, of course, yeah, we had this because this is the other side. Okay. Never mind me. I'm just an old man. Okay. So we need this is 6 doesn't really matter. Okay, just as long as this is in the center. The center is here, I guess. No, it's here. Jesus, I forgot how we did this. So okay, obviously we have to do it. Wait, this is how high is this? Okay, this should be perfect. No? Okay. There's my problem. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is perfect, but I forgot that on the driver's side, see, on the driver's side, we lowered this panel. On this side, we didn't. Okay, so, yeah. Bear with me. Bear with me. So the problem with the car is still the color of the car, because the fenders here are available only in colors that I would not like to use, actually. And I don't know what to do. And the new Ferrari, the fenders in the new Ferrari are kind of smaller than this, and are probably not gonna be and rounder, and I think they are not gonna be what we need. I think. Okay, so now, yes, now this is the proper height for now. I think we had it here. Yeah, we had it here, like this. Yeah, this is our height. Because I need, I need a dummy fender here, because this is how we are gonna eyeball our fender. This guy cannot be here anyway, because the top of the fender here turns inward. So this is just a placeholder for whatever we are gonna use here. It's just here to hold everything in, nothing more. Yeah. This is no effort attempt, because I just want this to be in place here. We basically don't need this at the moment, because this is just dead weight. This is dead weight. Okay. Yeah, we don't need this. No, definitely not. We're not gonna paint it. On the extreme, on the very extreme, what we could do is paint these white, because I think the car would look great in white. And I think there are enough panels in white available. So I would consider this painting this in white, or maybe red. Maybe red, maybe. Red Sierra, white Sierra, something like this. Red would be maybe better, because I would be able to find it in the snow once it crashes into the ditch. So yeah, maybe. But I mean, for now we're gonna go with all kinds of colors, because like in the Charger, in the Charger we had the black seat panels that basically dictated the color anyway. But here I don't even have enough pieces of a single color, so it's gonna be multiple colors for a while before we decide on a color, on a proper color of the car. So yeah, it's gonna be a mishmash of green, gray, white, orange, black. So bear with me. Hey, Doom Schneider, welcome to the stream. Okay, obviously we don't have room to mount our A-pillar here, and we need to do something about it. So first thing that we need to do, come on, I thought about it a little bit, and since we have the firewall here, the firewall is gonna take the forces, these forces. It's gonna take up these forces. So we can basically mount A-pillars as individual units on each side of the firewall that are basically, well, holding the pillars. So this guy here needs to be taken in a little bit to make room for the A-pillars. But first, what I want to do is, without considering any of this, I want to try to replicate these angles here with as simply as possible. So like in the Charger, we need to really work on this. So this area here especially is important, because this is gonna this needs to be fixed in all positions. So in this way, in this and this, with minimal parts. Now let's first check if anything of this conforms to any Lego geometry, which would save our asses a lot. If it doesn't, well, bad luck. But you know, let's check first. Maybe it comes close enough that we can basically say okay. I mean, it's the difference is not the difference to the actual drawings of the car is not so big that we would lose sleep about it, and nobody will notice, basically. Okay. For this, I actually need to build something here to properly hold this, because from this perspective, it's almost proper geometry, but it's I see it's not, but I will not see by how much it's not before I build myself a jig here that's gonna be helping me make this decision. Yeah, let's take this one. And this would be perfect. If I can use this, this would be excellent. One axis sorted, basically. Okay, we can. Yep, that's okay. Naturally. Okay. Yeah, obviously it deviates, but let's see by how much. Okay, so it's quite steeper than the original. Let's put this on the screen and see how much this is gonna affect us. And we're gonna also calculate how high the roof needs to be to see exactly, I mean, what the difference means. Because, you know, this is pretty good. I mean, yeah, you know what I mean. Okay, let's see. No, I can see shit. Now I can see shit. Okay, let me just check. Okay. Deviation is quite big, actually. It's quite big. Okay. 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 let's check light. Let's check this geometry, so the front view. If we can make this very simple, then we can maybe just fool around with the other view. Okay, so what would the geometry here be? Okay, this is for real. Really? This can't be real. What? That's it? This checks out. What the fuck? I mean, well, obviously it's a bit forced, but we can, I don't know, work around it, I guess. Yeah, obviously. It's not gonna fit. I was prepared to call it a victory. But maybe we can still call it a victory. Because you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do the following. Since the angle is not very big, we can maybe get away with this. Maybe. This is just an experiment. Yeah. No. Not like this. Not like this. But we still could have an option to do this. You know, I want this to be, if possible, as small as possible. I mean, I know I'm a dreamer, but this would be nice. But let's put it back together as it was. Yeah, I think it was like this. Let's check. Let's check on the screen. Yeah, that's it. Is it? Or did I fuck up? Yeah, it's right. What I would like to know is no, of course not. But for the B pillar, maybe one of the connectors is gonna be this angle. Maybe a number 3. I mean, I used this on the E30, and a number 3 looks And number 3 looks like it should do the job. Number 3 looks good. So let's try the same trick that we had before, because I really want to know this. So I want to know if the number 3 connector is the right angle for this. Should be. But you never know, because unless you do this, there could be some a millimeter or what off, and you would never know it unless you create a jig like this. Come on, okay. Thank you. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. I think it's also not gonna fit. Let me check again. Yeah. I cannot get lucky with dimensions. I mean, why cannot one car conform to exact Lego dimensions? Damn it. I don't know if I would order Lipin parts. Maybe, 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 maybe I would consider it. Okay, still we need to solve this. Well, not necessarily with something like this, because, you know, as we said before, it's a combination. It's a combination of angles, and I want basically I want I'm not gonna do, or at least I don't want to do you know, like in the charger, a connection between the pillars. Not if it's not necessary. So I would make a localized version that just clips on. So the angles are not favorable. We need this, and of course, as usual with A pillars, you don't want them to be too thick. So 2 studs at most. 2 studs at most. So in these 2 studs, we need to fit everything. This is not how we're gonna do it, obviously. Maybe we use this anyway. We use this anyway. And keep in mind that this can be hidden. All of this can be hidden inside of the fender. So obviously we can't be that lucky. No, of course not. That would be hilarious. Yeah. No. What about this? What about you? Could we be that lucky? I reckon no, but no. No. Oh, of course not. Next. Man, nothing makes sense. Nothing makes sense at all. I mean, this is close. It's close, but no cigar. No cigar either. What about if we did this little stunt? No, doesn't check out either. I tried half a stud. No, half a stud is not what it wants. That's a mystery to me. This is the perfect angle. This is the perfect angle of the Sierra A pillar. Let me check again. I mean, we could tweak it a little bit. So it could be a tiny bit even shallower. So if we get this a little bit together, so a slightly smaller angle, maybe we can do something here. So I just increase the angle, yeah, and now I'm decreasing it. That's too much. That's a little bit too much. Okay, that would work. That would actually work. Okay. That would actually work. So let's see our new angle, if we can actually do something with it. Maybe it's more favorable. Okay, that works. Does it have any substance? I wonder. Yes, it does actually. If built properly, because we have a very long lever, that's why this could be working. And the triangle here, I think it should work here as well. Let's try it. Let's try it. Okay, so first here. Now let's take this out and put this here. And who would have known? It does work. Of course, this is a little bit stiffer, maybe. But okay, this could work. Let's see a side view of the Sierra. Yeah, this could absolutely work, and it would be invisible because the side mirror and the door would be covering this, so nobody would even see this. Okay, so we have the side view to deal with. I mean, the side view, the front view, how we angle this to the front. And then of course we need to combine them both, but first geometry. First we need geometry, because we can basically, well, we can make oh, doesn't matter. Okay, but this is actually the geometry of the front, so we cannot adjust this, at least not the angle. But we can play with supports. Can definitely play with that. So let me just use another one of these pins so that I can detach everything more easily. Okay, let's use more. And let's see what's up. No. Maybe. No. that. Fits in without any issue. And it's nicely here. Okay. Yeah. This is actually gonna be fine. I think. The E30 will definitely be one of the future projects. Definitely will be, but we have other projects in between, and I would like to do the E30 when my E30, the real life car, is done. So you know, the stream. I will continue doing the streams if if my Lego collection permits. Um, Part of it, is if you maybe try to support me with some money so we can buy more Lego to continue this, because there will be a point where I don't have any Lego left, and yeah, then I have to pause the streams or dismantle stuff. Okay, let's get back on topic. Okay, this is nice and small. This is nice and small, and this is nice and small. But we need now we need to bring these two solutions together in a connection that connects to the car. And yeah, okay. So this is one. Okay, let's do them, since we don't give a shit about colors anyway. Let's do this in a multicolor fashion. So 1, 2, yeah, like this. There. And now we can have the rest like that. This is the pickup point for this. Well, actually, it's gonna be this anyway, because they are gonna be these. Okay. Yep. Okay. And now we have just this. Okay. So this is already a lot smaller. Let's check the dimensions. Okay, whoopsie daisy. So, obviously it's not that easy. See, when we compare these two, one against the other, blimey. You see there's a slight discrepancy. There is a discrepancy. Because obviously, well, why wouldn't there be? I mean, when we put this in, it's just, I mean, it's not tight. This is, I'm not using any force. It basically slips in by itself. But I guess there's some slippage or whatever here, so it doesn't conform exactly to the geometry. But you know what I say? Fuck it. We're gonna use this because it's the deviation from the actual angle of the car is so minuscule and small, and this is so nice and compact that we're gonna use it. I don't care. And I even think that now that we did this, we can get away with this, I think. Or is this gonna be now even? Yeah, it's gonna be even further off. Okay, doesn't matter. You know, doesn't matter. Let me just check if this is in which direction this is going. Okay, so this is actually steeper. It's a little bit steeper than the original. But yeah, I mean, we are never gonna do it absolutely perfect, and nobody is ever gonna notice that this angle is smaller than the end on the Sierra. Helion, uh, you know, that's how it's gonna be. Probably we're probably gonna need to make some changes. I don't know. We have options here. We can try. We can try. We could try using this, but I think if we use this, it's going. No, this is only going to push it further out. And if we use a smaller one, where we could experiment with something else. Where is it? I'm just gonna try this out because I wanna know. Let's see. So this is probably not gonna fit. So it's gonna be a moot point. Yeah, not gonna fit. No, I wanted to try these two, but it's not gonna fit here. And if I do maybe that's gonna fit. If I do this combination, let's see. I mean, it's not as elegant, but you know, maybe. This is also nice. Where's the template? Let's see. Oh, nice. This is perfect. This is exactly the same angle. We keep this. We keep this. Very nice. It of course cannot dislodge is a little bit of a stretch of a word, but you know, we're gonna be happy with this, since it's gonna be a complex shape, and you need to really, you know, push this, and this can be done in another way with you know, with where are they? We can make them with this, you know, then it's not gonna dislodge itself. But for now I'm keeping this, and if the need be, we can always replace them with these. So this is sorted. Now we have to just angle it and make it fixed in the car. So obviously we are not gonna use this exact solution, because this is gonna be, well, too big, I guess. But we have to start somewhere by angling this. So we're gonna first have a pivot point here, and then we're gonna fix this pivot point somehow. Okay, let me just for a second think how we're gonna do this. No, not gonna use that. Needs to be a little bit sturdier. A little bit sturdier. Okay, obviously we need to work on this a little bit, but this can be easily solved by, you know, using this on this side. So now it cannot move. Lego one, yeah. This table has some mileage on it, you know. It has some mileage on it. Okay, so I mean, obviously, what we see here is already much more compact than on the charger. This angle on the charger was a nightmare. So now we must not ruin this part here. So this. And I'm wondering how we're gonna do this. Obviously, it's not 45 degrees. That would be too easy. That would be way too easy. But, you know, hope dies last. Yeah, this is not gonna help. Yeah, okay. So we're gonna need a lever here. Ah, I see. Of course, it's at an angle. Of course, it's at an angle. Yeah. Why wouldn't it be? but we can fix that very quickly. Very quickly. Okay, forget him. Okay, we have something to work with, at least. Now, if we could combine these two in a very rational fashion, then this would be excellent. Okay, this is about the angle that we want. Let's see. It looks perfect. If it is perfect, we shall see. And if it is, I'm gonna be extremely happy, because that's about as much as compact of an A-pillar mount as I can imagine. Obviously, it's not gonna give up without a fight. But right now, I'm just curious about the geometry. I'm gonna use this just to give me the 3 studs, and then we can work out the details later. Okay. I mean, we can place this on this side anyway. Yeah, we should probably. It's gonna be hidden in the fender anyway. There. So let's check out the geometry once more. And if this is it, I'm a very happy camper. Very happy. Yeah, I'm gonna make myself mounting points for it, just so that I know it's semi-accurate. There. Yeah. Okay. I can just, snap it in and check. And because the pivot for both is the same, I can see if it's really the same angle. And yes, it is. It is the same angle. This is actually fantastic, if you ask me. We have created a very compact A-pillar mount. It's pretty strong for what it is. It's as strong as we would like. All the not strongness is because it's not mounted properly yet. It's just there. We need to mount it here as well. And once this is mounted on the body of the car, and this is reinforced a little bit, I mean reinforced, since once this is part of the whole structure, it's gonna be much different. This is now moving because there's no mounting point here, so it's permitted this movement. And then what else? Yeah, basically, well, what we need to do is definitely, I didn't want to, but we have to basically combine this with the other side like we did on the charger. Of course, in a way we're gonna do this in a way that's gonna simulate the windscreen. So we are gonna have this, but not straight like that. We're gonna fabricate something that's gonna, you know, mimic the round shape of the windscreen, or in the extreme case we can have this straight and have just, you know, panels here, panels that basically cover this up and kinda mimic the windscreen. Yeah, but that's gonna stay. So now that we have this, let's try to mount this on the car. Let's see what our options are, and of course where exactly it needs to be mounted. Let me just check. Yeah, well, it needs to be mounted, well, 3 studs in. So the A pillar starts 3 studs in, because in front of it is the door. So the door is gonna be like, I don't know, it's gonna be at least 2 studs, but I think we're gonna make it 3 studs, because two studs is the curvature, and the other stud is of course the A pillar on the door. It doesn't have to be the A pillar on the door. Of course, it's going to be easier because it doesn't have to be weight bearing, and it has the squareness of the door that holds it, that holds it in place. So it's just going to be connected on either side here, and it's just going to be, you know, there. It's not supposed. I mean, it's not expected to bear weight or anything. Just be there. So we're gonna have this 3 studs in, and 3 studs in, we have this guy. That's not really a problem. Not really a problem. Simply because we don't have to mount it 3 studs in. Part of it, remember, part of it is gonna be buried inside of the body. So it's the part that starts sticking out of the body at the correct angle that we're interested in. That part needs to be 3 studs in, but this part, so the beginning of it, can be only 2 studs in, if you get my drift. Obviously we have to change this support because it's in the way, but we are going to combine it with this part, so it's gonna create a load bearing structure here. And yeah, and of course we need to mount it onto this here. I think we're gonna check the angles and everything. Yeah, David, well, you have to go to bed. Good night. See you on Friday. On Friday you will probably be able to stick with us, and by then we should have on Friday we are going to have a windscreen frame in place. So yeah. Okay, let's dismantle this for now, because it's just in our way. Well, and yeah. Now we need the help of this guy again. Yeah. There. Mm. Okay. And this needs to be right around. Should be in here. I'm basically looking at blueprints to check where the beginning of the A pillar needs to be. Just eyeballing for now. This is just a mess here. I'm really forcing it to see where exactly I need to place it. Okay. Okay, so obviously, um, this frame here needs to move one stud further inwards. The otherwise the A pillar isn't gonna clear it, because the A pillar already starts to go inside here. Does this present any problems? Not really. I mean, obviously we're gonna have to re-engineer the supports here, but you know, re-engineering was expected. What the problem is, of course, this needs to be low enough, and then uh, when it's low enough, you see this part of the A pillar is already hitting this. So we need to place this one stud further inwards. Gonna have to re-engineer this as well, but that's a minor problem. That's not really huge. Okay, so let's do this. And obviously I want to do this in a manner that looks good and takes up as few parts as possible, few lift arms as possible. And at the same time, I see that it would be advantageous for us to lower the lift arms. The problem only is here. That's why I didn't lower them before, because the steering is in the way. I mean, if we lower them, then ideally they would be one stud lower, but in this case the steering column isn't going to get into the into the driver's compartment, which would be a bummer. Mm. Yeah, well, then we're gonna really just pull them in by one stud and leave this where it is. There's no other alternative. Question is just how we do it, but I think I already know. Or do I? Because basically stuff is dictated by the driver's side. You know, if someone from the UK or Australia built this, they will probably reverse the steering, but you know, it's just mirrored. Doesn't matter. But I want this to be, if possible, symmetrical. How do we move this one stud closer to the center? Hmm. It's more difficult than it looks. It's more difficult than it looks. Hmm. I'm just contemplating my options here. So there. Mm, 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 mm. I mean, this is very sturdy, and I don't want to compromise the sturdiness of this solution by moving this inward. I would like to keep the sturdiness and move it. So I would basically like to eat the cake and keep it. Uh, Damn, this is so frustrating. Yeah, that's the only word I can think of. Mm, 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 mm. No, this doesn't bring me any further ahead. Hmm. I use this. Let's see. Let's see. There's no other way than to do it, or to experiment a little bit. Okay. Um, if you can put it on Eurobricks or anywhere else where we can see it, I would like to see it. I always wanted a Lego floor jack, but we never really, bothered to design one. Okay, so this would work. Now we need to just design something here. Oh, right. Obviously. Well, it doesn't matter if it's big or small. This works pretty nicely, actually. It's the same strength as before. Not sure about the weight. Same. Same, but less complexity, I guess. Which is fine. It's fine with me. thinking about stuff being symmetrical. Okay. Of course, now we need to put these back. There. For now, I'm just going to put whatever I have here. I'm gonna put this here, this here. Yeah, okay. Other side is. No. Okay. And 2 more, just for now. So, now that we have this, we can now mount this. Okay? And how do we do this? We throw this away, and we're gonna use this. There. Now we can mount this by. Okay. All right. So we want to mount this lower. This guy, of course, is in our way, so to speak. In our way. This is just for now. We obviously have an opportunity to mount it here, but this is gonna give us the clearance. I think I'm wrong. Obviously I'm wrong. Yeah. You see, this guy here is colliding with it, but we're gonna re-engineer this a little bit, because we can. We can, and there's a better option. So you don't have to butcher everything. There. And this is gonna slot in here. So this here slots into this gap here when we put this there. Obviously, I'm gonna put these here just to see what's happening. There. Slots nicely in. Problem is, we need one stud lower. And if we go one stud lower, we still collide. We still have a collision here. Fuck. Or do we? Yeah, we do. We still have a collision here. Okay, let's check with our fender. Wait, I cannot see. I mean, this has to come out. This is 13 studs long. This has to come out exactly where the fender is. So we have to move it forward. Okay, so it's mounted too far backward. We need to mount this 2 studs forward. 2 studs forward. So, okay. 2 studs forward. Huh? Let's see. The angle is still gonna be the same, I wonder. Probably not. Yeah, of course. Of course, it's not gonna be the same. Stupid me. What was I thinking? Of course, this cannot work. Not like this. Okay. Okay. How do we do this? This is not gonna work. I need to go here. 2 studs forward needs to be here. Okay, so basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mock it up just to make sure that yes, it needs to be there, so that I don't build everything and then discover maybe it doesn't need to be there. And if it's here, 2 studs forward, it actually leans on this, and then we don't have to change this. Kind of looks like a very small windshield, but looks can be deceiving. No, what actually needs to happen is this needs to go even further out. Yeah, to be here. Now that you know what's happening. I mean, just so that you know that usually when you look at the car, you just look at where the A-pillar comes out of the bodywork. With our case, the actual point where the A-pillar is starting to go up of the bodywork is not at the exact edge where the door and the window meet, but it's further in. This will mean actually that on the outside, none of this is going to be visible. So we are going to have a perfectly squared off window frame without any obstructions like in the Charger, which is going to be great. Never mind this, we're going to deal with this differently. But for this to happen, this has to be buried a little bit deeper in the car, which is fine. The closer to the strut it is, the better. This means that the roof is gonna basically make sure that the struts don't move much, which is good. But we need to move it one step further out because of the angle of this. Of course, the windscreen. This is the edge, the surface where the windscreen actually starts. This is 13 studs up, and this is, according to the blueprint, this is the height where the windscreen actually begins. All of this is inside the car and invisible. So obviously, if this was here, no problem. But it's in here. So now we need to move it one step further out in order for the windscreen to be of the proper size, maybe. So yeah, that's the, well, not a problem. That's not a problem, but that's what's happening. And it's not a huge deal. I mean, we can work around it. It's gonna require a contortion here to replace this, because obviously of this guy, it's just, you know, poking inside enough that we're gonna have trouble. And we don't have anything that would replace this. Oh. That would replace this and be, I don't know, round here. Or do we? No, I don't think we can. But we can also not change this, or we cannot omit this. We cannot omit this, but we can do something. We can do something to have the cake and eat it too, I think. Because if this isn't here, then I think this has a chance of fitting. And we can mitigate this. 1, 2, yeah, we can mitigate this. using this, and we have these two guys here, and we can have this guy here, like this. I mean, this is just an experiment, but it doesn't matter here. We are concerned about this. So now we can flip this over. It definitely cannot be on that side. And hope that this is gonna fit. Well, it does. Who would have thought? It actually fits. And we can use this, I think. It wouldn't fit. No, it's fine. It's fine. A little bit of, it's a little bit forced. A little bit forced. Would this change anything? I don't think so. Because this part would, well, let's see. Let's see if this would change anything. Maybe. Oh yeah, look at that. This guy flops into the middle, and it's not a problem. Yep, perfect fit. Very nice. Okay. Very cool. Even, I mean, now it's even more compact than before. Okay, so obviously we did this because this needs to go, because the fender is already here. When we use, at the end, when we use this, of course, see, this is gonna cover, this is gonna be there, and it's gonna cover this part, obviously. I don't know where exactly this is gonna be. I guess here, and it's a perfect fit, of course. See, this is where it covers the mounting. It covers the mounting of the A pillar, and that's why it needs, the A pillar itself needs to be, well, needs to be here, mounted here. So actually, as far, very much outside, as far on the outside as possible. This, of course, now creates well, quite a dilemma here. We said, yeah, it needs to be here. So we need to now create a way of actually mounting it here. It needs to be mounted to this, and then to the well, to this beam here, which is not gonna be the easiest thing, I guess. This is not gonna be a walk in the park. Once it's done, of course, it's gonna be very satisfying, no doubt. The problem, of course, is the wheel. I mean, one of the problems. is the wheel, because we have the wheel well here. And if this is here, it's poking out here, and the wheel is gonna hit it, which is no. So definitely we cannot have this exactly here. Nothing is allowed to be here. So we need, you know, basically what we need is, and I'm not even sure that this is good enough. Probably not. We need this. This is, I think, the mounting. No. Yeah, this is the mounting height. So even this is not where I would like it to be. Let's see. So we have one stud clearance here. It's not poking out. And it's not gonna hit anything. That's true. But there's other issues. For once, our ideal, our solution here is making contact here with this. So obviously this guy needs to go, which is not a bad thing. It presents other problems, but for now it's going to go. Of course, now we have this problem, but this problem is going to be dealt with when we attach this. So this is not gonna be able to happen. So this is okay. Okay, so this now sits properly. But as told before, I would like this edge not to be here, because, you know, there's the wheel and this is the suspension on full extension. In real life, it should never make contact here, because this is the outer wheel, the inner wheel in the corner, and usually the suspension is unloaded when you're cornering on this side, of course. And in this extreme position, it should not happen. But still, imagine there's a bump or something. It's gonna hit here. So it cannot be here. So we need to steer around this somehow. We cannot mount anything here in the front, because this is already where our friend the fender mounts. So it's, you see, there's no room. There is no room for anything. So we need to be kind of creative. Interesting. Okay. Very interesting. Didn't think this is gonna be that interesting. I mean, we can take this edge off, but we cannot take this off. So ideally, we would use, ideally, in this case, we would use probably a solution like this. I'm gonna move you a little bit out of the way so I can bring the camera closer to the action. Okay. So, ideally, we would now use this. Let's try it. So, in here, I would probably put in this here, this, and we're gonna do this. But by my calculations, it's not gonna be bigger than the charger. Shouldn't be bigger. The cars are at a different scale, but physically they will be about the same. Okay. So this is actually fine. Obviously, we have to mount it to this, and I would like some mounting point here. Just so that this is secure. And of course, I'm being greedy. Of course, I would like a mounting point here on the firewall. If I have a mounting point here on the firewall, I don't need anything else. But yeah, it's doable. It's doable. We have options here. It is doable. Like, for example, we could improvise something along those lines, or is there a way? I'm just now seeing where exactly it's on the same level. Yeah, this hole is on the same level as this. We just need the right length, but it's not looking terribly good. Maybe half a stud here. What's the rest gonna say? Yeah, maybe. I mean, obviously, we are not gonna know until we make this connection and then make the other side and then connect both together so that we have the fixed geometry, because now everything here is moving and I'm just guessing. So it's really inconsequential, and I think this hits this part. But I'm just gonna take a look at this. And at the picture there. Okay. Okay, that's good. Okay, so now I looked at the picture of the car, and this needs to be actually one stud higher. Okay, then it doesn't need. Okay, then it doesn't hit here. This is gonna be fine. Exactly. Yep, exactly. Now you see, this is the door jamb. So this is where the door comes in. Okay, this is gonna be the door jamb, and the A pillar is here. It comes directly out of the fender. We could move it one stud further back. The A pillar. We could move it one stud further back. Watching the blueprints, of course. We could move it one stud further back, and maybe this is gonna make our lives even easier. Let's see. So just trying to find the perfect position for it. Yeah, this is it. This is the position of our A pillar, I think. Pretty much. I'm gonna check one more time. I'm gonna check if we have the right angle, because better safe than sorry. And it looks like it is the right angle. If anything, I think should be lower, but yeah. Yeah, it is the correct angle. Yeah. I mean, obviously this is still wobbly for many reasons. For many reasons, and we need to make this a little bit better. But yeah, okay. So this we're gonna do a little more compact as well, so we can get rid of this part here. And the biggest issue here is how we connect this to this, and then of course back to this. So all of this needs to be connected. How we're gonna do this? At the moment, I have no idea. I have no idea. Well, maybe there's options, of course. There's options. I think this guy can be here. Not ideal, because the hood needs to start sloping down basically immediately. But you know, we could, I don't know, maybe, or maybe we make something. Would be ideal. Or if we somehow engineer this, that we could put it lower, but no, we can't. There would be way too many compromises for that. Way too many compromises for that. Anyway, I'm gonna sleep over it. I think we have done a lot today. A pillar is sorted, kinda. We know the position, we know all of the angles, we mounted it. Now before we replicate it on the other side, of course we need to solve this problem, but once we have it replicated on the other side, we can do the whole window frame, and we'll see what we end up with, if all the dimensions pan out. And if they do, well, we have basically the front part of the car sorted, and then we slowly move to the back. I have already ordered U-joints for the rear suspension, so we won't have any problems there. Rear suspension is gonna be interesting, of course, because of all of the angles and stuff. So yeah, we're looking good. Looking good. It's gonna be, I think it's gonna be lighter than a Charger, a lot. After this part is done, this is gonna be much simpler. I mean, there's really no other structure that we need. Just this rail here. We need to combine these two. Same on the other side, and that's it. Nothing else needs to be done. Everything else is gonna be very sturdy here. Once it's completed, of course, and the roof is on, because now still we have movement because things are open. No metal joints. We are not gonna use metal joints here. It has to be something that people can replicate at home. So I ordered, well, the normal big news. These are gonna be what we're gonna use on the rear suspension. They're fine. Everything is wide enough, so this should be pretty good. And they're beefy enough, you know. If they get chewed up, then we're gonna change them for something else. Anyway, that's the end of the stream for today. Next stream, of course, usual time on Friday, where we continue where we left off today. Again, if you can, please do support me on Patreon, because this stuff is expensive, and if you want to continue doing this, at the point I won't be able to pay everything out of my pocket. Thanks for watching, and I see you on Friday.